All right. Yeah. So this week there you should be scheduling demos with the TAs. The TAs will be putting out some scheduling tools so that you can like with Doodle you can choose a time slot to meet with them for about 20-30 minutes. These obviously these will be online meetings, and the intent of the demos will be for you to demonstrate that you have been making effort towards completing your project. You should be, at least at this stage, you should have the prototype running, right? Where you should be able to make a query to a remote API with some criteria, search criteria, and then display those the results in some form of a list or table or some representation of whatever comes back from that query, and then you should be able to then the second part of that is that given that you select any one of those items, you should do a subsequent query to retrieve details about that one object. So that's the intent of the demo, that you at least are demonstrating some confidence that you will be able to deal with at least those two use cases. I think this is the more riskier part of the project, since you're interacting with a remote API that you don't own, that you can't control, and you have to limit your integration based on the limitations of whatever API you chose, and you want to be able to adapt to whatever the API allows you to do, and so that's, I think, the riskier part of the project. So yeah. Also, the demo is somewhat to discourage folks from just leaving the project for the last minute, so that you're not cramming everything at the end. Most of you will not have that issue. Most of you are already well underway of implementing the prototype and whatnot. So most of you will be just getting 100% feedback from the TAs, and that should be an easy 100% for you. We do nevertheless, there's always like 10% of the class that has not done any of the prototype, hasn't started yet, and so we just want to minimize those cases. We want those to be rare cases. The TAs will give you some feedback on saying, yep, you have the prototype, you're well underway. Hopefully that's all the feedback they'll need to give you. But there would be perhaps some misunderstanding on some of the requirements, and that would be a chance for you to get some explanations on whether if there was a misunderstanding, and you'll agree to fix those misunderstandings, or and the TAs will give you some feedback over that, and you'll agree in those meetings. You'll agree saying that in the next 2 weeks for the demo 2, you'll have whatever misunderstandings are fixed, and you'll have on your additional questions by the time demo 2 rolls in. Anyway, that's the intent of the demos, right? Mostly to discourage folks from leaving everything to the last minute, and to also make sure that you can get clarity on any requirements. Okay. I think some folks are speaking in the background. If you could please mute your microphone. All right. Any questions? Any questions? If you have questions, please show them on the conversation in the chat, and I'll try to come back and answer them. From time to time, I'll come back to the chat If you feel, if you need to interrupt me, feel free to interrupt me. When will the next quiz be? Yeah, so the probably I'll change all the quizzes. I'm still working on making them a little more random. So I'll make them available available all week next week, and probably they'll be I'll make them available all day Tuesday, and then you can choose whenever you want to take it. It probably will. So you can even take it off. It doesn't have to be during lecture time, right? On your own time, and so we can focus lecture on just lecture time. So we'll probably do it next Tuesday. I'll make it available all day Tuesday, and then you can choose any 15-20 minutes to sit and take the quiz. All right. All right. Okay. So let's move on to the lecture.